Hey guys, today we're going to be sanding the top of the Integra. So we're just going to be doing this, sanding it down, getting it a nice smooth surface for either respraying, or either we'll wrap it in a black. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll just see what the wrap looks like on top of it without sticking it down, and we'll have a look. It might match up well with the windshield. Otherwise I'll just re-clear coat the top of this and keep it blue. We'll just see how we go. Don't mind me, just a little bit sick. Too many cold mornings, so that's got me a little bit unwell. Pretty much. So I fully polished the Integra, like super deep into detail. She's a little bit dirty now because I did it last weekend, but it's come up really nice. Like, there were scratches all throughout here, like you can't see them anymore. I got rid of every single scratch on this car. So now just fixing this dent here and a couple little dents. I did the best I could do on this here, like unless I sand that as well and then re-clear coat, it's not gonna be much better. I'll probably just get this, like I'll probably respray that completely. I took the headlights out and re-cleared them. They're not perfect, like I wasn't expecting them to be perfect, but they're not yellow anymore and you can actually see inside, so that's awesome. And it makes the car look a lot less ratty than it did before. Okay, there's the sieve. Not much has happened to it, but dirty wheels. Took it for a drive a couple nights ago. I might add some footage in.
Yo, what y'all doing?
No, get out of the way, Alvin. We're recording shit. I gotta get some shit for my YouTube channel.
What, this guy must scrape a lot of...
Bro, it's scrape. We lifted it.
This is lifted.
No, you got both sprays on. They're both working at the moment. Now they're not. What is it? Oh, fuck. We'll be alright, don't worry. We just went up to Sunnybank Plaza, or Sunnybank Rooftop. If any of you guys are in Brisbane, feel free to come over, come say hi whenever I'm up there. I generally go off every Friday or so. But at the moment the siev's not getting too much done to it. My plan is to get this on the road, so fix that timing cover issue. Then once it's on the road, we can have some fun with this, and we'll take the motor out, so old D16 out, and either that B20 from the CRV, or just go to a wreckers, grab all the necessary parts and B20 into this. Or if we find a good deal for a B16A2, I'll slap a B16 in here just because it's such an easy swap, and that way I don't have to worry about like the legality of motor swaps and stuff, because the B16A2 came in the EK chassis, so it's not such an issue. And cops that don't like me at the moment. But otherwise, yeah, this thing come up super nice. Like, I'm very happy with the paint everywhere but the hood and the roof, and even the spoiler came up all right. Like, it blends in pretty good now. It was a slightly off color. It's still slightly off. It's not exactly the same color, but it's less noticeable because of the shine on it. But there's probably a couple touch-ups that need doing on the bumpers. Just some clear coat, maybe a little bit of touch-up paint there. I wouldn't worry about these, just because I'll probably get some like pods that wrap around and hide that anyway. But yeah, just gotta get this thing registered so I can actually drive it. I also got to take off the bumper and see what's sagging that. I'm sure it's just something simple and small, but we'll fix it. But yeah, so today's plans are give the Teg some love on top. I might put up the shade sail just because it's going to get a little bit warm today. But yeah, once I set up everything, I'll be back. Okay, all set up, ready to go. Just got to find somewhere for this to sit. Whether or not I set it up here, probably might have to grab one of my other little bits. I have a couple GoPro pieces that I bought. It's like a $50 for a set of multiple little tools that you use for the GoPro. I've got the dog, Otto. That's Mo. So this is Basil. He's my Alexandrian parrot. He's my little baby. Say hello. Say hello. Come on. He don't want to say hello. Okay. Now we get started. Just gonna change over this GoPro attachment. I reckon I should get rid of this. I don't know. I find like a lot of people get rid of their rear wiper on the Tegs. Maybe it just makes for a cleaner look. Hey. Oh, I thought that would grip better. Maybe not. Oh well. So I just had that one on before, which doesn't have any grips down the bottom, but this one does. So hopefully it stays on the car when I'm sanding. There we go. Okay. There we go. Probably see a bit more. Just give it a good rub. We're just using 800 grit at the moment because I don't want to go too far and take off actual paint. So I'm just seeing what 800 does, and if we need to, if it just takes too long, we can move down to like 400. I just did a clear coat job on my mate's G35. I should have recorded it, but it actually came up super nice, and you can't tell it different from the factory color, besides where the old faded clear coat meets the new clear coat, but then it all blends in after a good polish. So, but unless you're really looking for the line as to where it meets, you won't notice it at all. So I find that as a complete win. Ooh, that's okay. This paint isn't very thick. Good on you, Honda. So I've restarted to find the primer, which is not a good sign. Not noticeable just yet, but I've just seen it now. So in other words, this whole panel's got to be sanded down to their primer. Feel it. It's probably going to show through the wrap as well. That's alright. By the way, the wrap I'm talking about is the black. Oh, is the black that's on the back of the Civic. I'll show you in a second. Let me just give my hand a little wash. but it doesn't look bad. Like it's a nice black. Oh, nearly dropped it. Hang on. That's the black. So I think it'll look fine on the top of the tag. I don't think you'll really notice any imperfections, hopefully, but we'll see. Just going to smoothen all this down and hopefully comes up mint, and then we'll see what the wrap looks like on top without sticking it down, without like exposing the adhesive. My only worry is I'm going to probably have to lay this wrap extremely well. I mean, it's not a big panel, so it should be easy with 2 or 3 people. But I'm going to have to lay it like straight on and pretty much go, yeah, that's it, because otherwise I could potentially risk ripping up that old cloudy clear coat, which isn't really bonded to the surface anymore. And if that happens, then that whole sheet of wrap is pretty much useless to me, because you've got that clear coat stuck to the adhesive, and when you lay it down on hot days, that the oxygen and like all the air and in that little space heats up and expands and shows little bubbles on top of the car. I've got one on the Civic which I couldn't avoid, unfortunately. The Civic roof is much larger than an Integra roof, and I didn't have the wrap to spare. It was a very budget heavy wrap, so yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Okay, well I'll come back in a couple of minutes and show you guys how we've gone. Okay, so we've just secured a little squeegee, some wrap. It does have a clear coat like colour on it, so don't worry about that, that comes off. Just gonna grab a drying cloth to dry that surface down. There we go. Man, this interior still smells like an old lady. So let's just put this here, right there as well. Seat you guys up top here. That surface is pretty dry. Give it a second. Now, the moment of truth, hey? It actually works. If it shows through, I'm going to have to go further and expose more of the paint, which is not really what I wanted to do, but there's not too much of a choice otherwise. Either leave it like that or deal with it. Nearly done. You can hardly feel it, but I reckon you might see it through the wrap, which is unfortunate. So yeah, start from there. Behold my wrapping skills. Mind you, they're not that impressive. I'm just wrapping a singular piece, so it's not that hard. There, that's on, and I can already see little bits that I'm gonna need. But yeah, okay, so it's not as good as I want it to be, unfortunately. the mating surface isn't perfect. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what you do there. Guess that just means I'm gonna have to sand some more. Yeah, because you can clearly see that. With any reflection, you can see all the imperfections. That's alright though. We'll see if this tears up any clear coat as it comes up. Yes. I think that's clear coat. A lot of clear coat. Unfortunate, hey? I'll show you on the clear coat. Make sure this is still running, yeah. So that's what the wrap just pulled up. All of that there. It's alright though. Just hit it with some sanding and sand it down a bit. Unfortunate part about 30-year-old paint or 20-year-old paint, whatever it is. It'd be like 25 years old or something. Yeah, we'll fix it. Don't worry about that. We got this. Okay. Back to the heavy sanding.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You're all I want. You're all I want. I lose my own sight. It's out of my mind. I'm more than a dream.
Okay. After a little bit of thought and some conversation with a couple other boys, I have decided to carbon fiber skin it instead of clear coating, because we come across just this here. So it's a very thin base coat on this Honda Blue, so there's not much to it. So I'm a little bit worried you're going to get too far. So I'm just going to get rid of all that peeling clear coat. And then after a couple of days, we'll probably end the video here, post it up. But after a couple of days, I would have ordered some carbon fiber weave, just a meter by meter for the top, and some resin. And we're gonna give this a go. Like, it might fail catastrophically, you know what I mean? It might fail horribly, but at least we can say we gave it a go. Like, it can't be that hard, really. Like, you just gotta paint the roof black, I think. So just a light black. And then you just a little bit of resin to tack the carbon fiber down. And then we're gonna try and just tuck it in here. I'm not sure about here just yet, whether or not that lifts. We'll find out. But tack it all through here, cut it in here so it'll end in there. Go down there as well, tuck it in there. But I think it'll actually come up really nice. It just saves me having to worry about the clear coat issue or even wrapping it, because you won't notice any imperfections in paint when there's a whole carbon fiber weave over the top of it. And I think it'll just look cool as well. And then I could possibly do that to the bonnet, but I'd probably just get a full carbon fiber bonnet. I think the roof, just giving it a skin will be the best thing possible. It's not too expensive. It's about $65 AUD for a meter of good good quality carbon, like weave, and then I'm not sure how much the resin is yet, but we're not going to be using a huge amount of resin. It's going to be like a small coat, and yeah. So, well, I'll let you guys know how that goes. Still going to be doing some sanding today, so I'll continue the video for a little while. And then, I don't know, I might find something else to do for the day and then post that up on this video as well. But I am sick, so I'm going to try and get in a little bit of rest before I get to doing too much work, otherwise I'll never recover. I just can't help myself sometimes. But yeah, so we're doing all right. Interior is still looking beautiful. Beautiful Teggy interior. I was also thinking if I've got spare carbon wrap over, we might do like a carbon wrap that, like this little interior piece here. I think that could be cool. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, maybe even these, like, these. I don't know how difficult that is. I mean, we're definitely going to figure out how difficult carbon weave and carbon skinning is in a couple of weeks or a couple of days. And it's probably not going to be as easy as I think it is, but you can't say that it's hard until you haven't tried. Until you've tried, I mean. So, we'll see how she goes. I might pull it off flawlessly. I might be horrible at the job, but we will see. Okay, after lightly sanding the entire roof, so you still got all this peel, right? But like all the peel, but it's all smooth now, so you can't really feel it. You can feel a slight bump, but that slight bump won't matter when you have that carbon weave on top. It's just got to have a good surface to bond to. So the next step is, I've just done it with 800 grit. I'm not sure if I'll go a lighter grit, a harder grit, before I paint this black, so that way all the blue doesn't show through the carbon fibre gaps. But we'll paint that black. Then I believe I have to give that black a slight sand, just so that way the resin has something to bond to, and then you do a light layer of resin on it, and you get your carbon fibre, you spread it over and lightly tack it down. Then I believe you leave that to set for a second or a couple minutes, and then after that you then start laying the epoxy resin on top of that carbon to give it that nice look. I'm hoping when we do it, we're not going to have that that issue of bubbles showing up through the carbon, but we'll see. Like, it'll be a first time trying it, and if it doesn't go well, then you just take it off. So yeah, anyway, we'll get to it, guys. Thank you for watching. It's the first video of the carbon skinning, I guess, getting prepared for it. In the meantime, depending on how long it takes for me to get all the materials, I might wrap it black, just with some of the spare stuff I have, just to hide all of that. But we'll see how we go. Yeah, sweet. See you guys.